And I'm back. Just had to take a little personal break there. Welcome back to today's main feature of I showcase the worst parts of Arkham Asylum. This is sewers. It's not particularly fun. We gotta go to Croc's lair. You'll see the map telling you that. Sewers. They're in a lot of games, and they always fucking suck. Now, I like this game. I really do. But just this section, you come off of
Oracle. I'm heading into
that
Croc's lair
shit where you have to find the door.
He's in some kind of old sewer
You
network.
have Ivy's
Send me the
plants taking
schematics. It's like a
over,
maze down here.
and
There's nothing on record.
they're not very exciting
Bruce,
to fight.
Are you sure about this? Sounds like a
Then-
suicide mission.
I've got no choice. I've tuned the scanner to detect the spores required to make the antivenom. It'll lead me straight to them.
What about Croc?
This part is,
Croc's just an animal. And animals just
Coming
need
up and
traps
it's,
and the right bait.
you know,
I'll be fine. I'll contact you when I'm done.
a lot of people have talked about what a terrible
These
part
floating
this is.
platforms will support me.
So yes,
But we'll also send sound waves through the
Now
wall,
we need to
giving
walk
away my
real
position to
slow.
Croc. I'll need to move as slowly as possible.
so that we don't alert Killer Croc and die instantly. There's really nothing else to say about this part. You can see the sound gauge in the lower left there. We have to climb over this and see it makes a bit of sound. You can see the two yellow lines. If your sound goes above the yellow line, you'll get Croc's attention and it'll make problems for you. This part is boring. There's really nothing else to say. You can't even slide under these gates to make it a little bit cool. You know, Killer Croc is a big animalistic guy. Strong guy. Hunts in the sewers. Really more raw physicality than Batman can match. And this is the boss fight they make with him. He catches you, you die.
They will enjoy feasting.
Arkham Asylum. And here's how you deal with Killer Croc. You throw a batarang at him. If it hits him, his collar will freak out. He'll fall in the water. Get a little bit of time to do some running while he's under and distracted. Exciting stuff, really. At junctions like this, you have to choose direction, and there's not a thing in detective mode to tell you which way is right. This way is right. You can see that the numbers are falling. And now we have a spore. But if you thought that would be enough,
These spores don't contain enough of the
shoot
antivenom.
shit, I
mold.
guess, because we gotta
We need
find
to
4
find more.
more. 1, 2. 4 more spores. You have to crouch. You can crouch run as opposed to crouch walking strictly.
I can taste you already.
And I'm pretty sure no matter how quiet you are, Croc will pop out a couple of times. But now I'm getting close to the spores again. This is a long section of the game because you have to find 5 spores. Croc keeps popping up. There's basically 0 variety to it. Here comes Croc again. Now we have to do another like 150-meter run. You have to make sure you're going the right direction at any given time. Truck pop up way the fuck away from me that time, so.
Your flesh will tear.
I don't think the quick attack batarang will even affect Croc, so you have to actually aim it, but that's not hard. That time he came up behind me and I just didn't have time to adjust. I think that might have been a scripted pop-up as opposed to one I caused, which kind of throws me because I just dealt with him. And Croc can pound sand. Pound sand and now Croc. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. See, there's a big gate there that it's pretty clearly scripted that Croc has to come through for you to get past. There's our 3rd spore. Now we only need 2 more and we can go do something more fun.
You are mine, Batman.
Fuck you, Croc. You're boring and your boss fight sucks.
You are mine, Batman.
So now we have no platforms to go by. So we just use the line launcher and deal with that. And he has developed a new attack which will destroy platforms underneath us. But sometimes we still need to sneak. Because this is a well-designed fight that is exciting. I guess you can actually just hit yourself with Croc's unconscious ass body and you'll be golden. Probably this way. never thought I'd have to enter there and depend on Croc to bust it open for me. What a surprise. Oh, there it is. And there we go. There's our... That should be all our venom spores.
I've got enough spores. I need to get back to the Batcave and formulate the antidote.
Oh, I get it. You've activated a sonar beacon down there. Clever.
Oracle, I'm getting out of here.
What about Croc?
He won't be a problem.
So now we get to do escape from Croc's lair, which is just as exciting as go through Croc's lair, but backwards. Also, it's pretty long. Oh, smashing up those platforms. I don't think it's as easy to get lost this way because he destroys some of the platforms and it leaves you with fewer paths to take. And now it's died down enough that I have to sneak again. Now I'm under 200 meters. So
You are mine, Batman.
no, that's the wrong way. Look, I said it's not as hard to lose my way. Not that it's impossible. We're almost back where we started.
Can't run from me.
So yeah, now we have to just run from it. Welcome to a truly scintillating portion of the game. At least it's not very long. It's not really hard either. You just have to get down the basics.
My caves will be your tomb.
And there's the boss fight with Killer Croc. They don't even let you do a little QTE.
I will find you.
Now we have to go back to the cave, which should be to our right. Not sure why that happened. The old sewer.
It's not down here. Joker says the bat's got a storeroom or cave or something down here. It's the bat!
I've just made this fight a whole lot easier on myself. Now he launches. I thought that was a critical strike, but it wasn't. can't catch those.
I take it you felt that. The plants are going crazy. I'm getting seismic spikes in all locations. It's not good.
It's okay. I've got the mold samples. I'm heading to the Batcave to mix up the antidote.
Good. I tell you to hurry, but I'm sure you know what you're doing. Contact me in the cave if you need anything.
Oh. This Riddler trophy we couldn't get before? There you go. Closure if you were worried about
At
that.
last. I thought you'd never find it.
There we go. New Chronicle Arkham too.
Changed little over
And
the
a
years.
level up, so...
Its reputation was in tatters, but I vowed to fix it. As the buildings were rebuilt, I saw the future. A bright,
I'm gonna get the
wonderful future.
proximity bomb. Not the biggest upgrade, but you know, it's not terrible. It can be used to set traps decently.
Scan and open.
It's gotta be a real bitch to wire this cave for electricity. There's no wires to that thing either that show up in detective mode. And look how dangerous this shit is. Come on, man. Build a fucking walkway that goes all the way across. You're just gonna kill yourself one day.
How close are you to making the cure?
Close. It's been more difficult than I expected. The process is slow, difficult, and doesn't produce much antidote.
And the good news?
The chemical will definitely stop Ivy. It may also reverse the Titan transformation. I need to run some more tests to be sure. I've set the computer to create more, but I need to get out of here and find Ivy.
Thank God. Her plants have reached the Gotham River.
There goes the computer. So, now we need to go deal with Poison Ivy.
Are you alright?
Oracle and Batman are both terrible at keeping secrets over the radio. You can see he's growing a little bit of stubble too. Batman has some insane fucking beard growth. Okay, so now when we see a wall like this, up high, we can pull it down. And enter the shit cube. Do you think the shit cube there was a Wayne-made structure? Or do you think it's naturally occurring? Here's some platforming sort of stuff. Weird gliding challenge. You can also see now how beaten up the cape's looking. Can't launch a line across here for some reason. But you also can't glide across. And falling down starts you way back here, even though that doesn't really make sense. It says escape, but really it means restart from checkpoint. I don't think Batman takes any meaningful damage, by the way, like to his costume from that whole encounter with Croc. You can line launch across here, you just need to be further across. That was a little psych out for you guys. I don't think Batman takes like any meaningful damage from the fight with Croc. Because Croc is a turd man. Oh, and speaking of turd men, I was supposed to have a guy stream with me, but he is also a turd man and won't answer messages to come stream with me. And he's probably drunk right now. Probably just fucking wrecked. You can see the plants have gotten down here. As usual, explosive gel isn't much use against stuff. Can't do anything about that plant. You can see a bunch of knocked out guys there, though. Back in the old sewer.
Batman, I've been running a simulation of the damage Ivy's plants will do if they reach Gotham.
And here's me
They won't get that
fucking
far.
up a billion times
I
and
am
getting
going to
killed.
stop them and Ivy.
I hope you're right. I'm here if you need me.
I'm not sure if you can deal with the bigger plants. There might be a way, but I don't remember. I'll have to look at them. Little plants still aren't a problem. The water is green. Because of Ivy.
Oracle, we've got another problem.
What now? Two-Face? Riddler? Some kind of giant Joker robot?
Unfortunately, nothing that simple. I'm at the main sewer junction, and it appears to be polluted with Titan. Why? What's he doing now?
Oh, an entrance.
Yeah, you can also see that the plants have leveled up, for lack of a better term, and now shoot 2 blasts at you. There's an upgrade that gives you 2 batarangs in a throw, which makes this really easy, but I didn't get it, instead opting for some stupid shitty upgrade. Oh, the proximity bomb is the last one I got. Because I forgot they do that. Plants aren't really going to be a lasting feature of the game. I guess that's a spoiler, but you probably could have figured out that we're going to go deal with Poison Ivy, and then they wouldn't be there. And again, you have to walk across this. This is the same sewer we were in before.
The Titan water seems to be corrosive, but it shouldn't trouble the suit. What have you found out?
I'm not sure you're ready for this.
No, but go ahead.
Joker's pumping all the waste products on the Titan process into that chamber. It acts as a kind of natural storage tank. Once it's full, it releases the water into the Gotham River. Normally, it's safe, but...
But this time it's full of Titan. How do I stop it?
I'm working on it.
There we go. You may also recall this Riddler trophy from the past. Now I can get it.
According to the plans I have on
The sewer
file,
section is a little
there's
bit
3
longer
control
than the
rooms.
last one.
The first is directly above you.
I'll shut them all down.
What will happen if this Titan stuff reaches Gotham?
It won't reach Gotham.
Because now we have to deal with pumps. Wow. This is some exciting stuff. When I said we were in the most boring part of the game. I wasn't lying to you. Or exaggerating or anything. This is just... This is part of the game I don't care much for. These sewers can get kind of confusing. There's no landmarks or anything. That's not a structural weakness. Okay, there's 4 unarmed guys in there.
Something funny? I take it you've done what I told you to do.
And there's 3 guys who are probably dead now. Up we go. There's me fucking up my timing. Staple of the stream.
Can you hear me? For the love of... I suppose that's you in there, Bats. Well, enjoy it while you can. These caves will be your tomb.
These caves won't be my tomb. Spoilers.
You heard him. Shoot to kill. I'd never do anything else. That's not what I heard.
What are you talking about? I'm the best shot in Gotham. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, whatever.
He's here!
There you go. Take those guys down, no problem.
He's down there with you, making you all look like fools.
We just have to follow the pipes to the control room. Oh, and there are Joker teeth here too. For easy experience. Though the experience they're dropping really isn't worth much anymore to us. And here we have a stealth section. Armed guys, suicide callers. The gargoyles, though, are generously booby trap free.
I want Gotham to melt in the tidal wave of corrosive goo. Is that too much to ask?
Also, for whatever reason, gameplay balance. You can't use the bat claw or anything to like pull down that structural weakness onto those guys, which would be really cool if you could do it, but you can't. Oh well. Get out of here, vent.
What's keeping you? He's down there. I know it. You know it. So just do it.
But you can see now I have a trap set. They've lost me.
The bat's back! He's over here!
They found me again. They think they know where I am.
Wait up! I'll watch your back!
Just need to get that guy's attention. saw me. It's annoying. Need them to form up again. Or I can just bring them in.
Hey, Bax. I know you can hear me. I want you to hurt these guys. They're nothing to me.
There goes a guy. And here goes a guy.
Hey, get off me! Ah! Help me! Cut me down! What are we gonna do? We gotta find him or work at. You hear me? We'll come back when the battle's dead.
Oh, they're not gonna go underneath him. Whatever. Fuck those guys. Oh, that guy's dead now.
Over there. Come on, where are you? Ah, the hell with that.
I can see you. There's Daddy McGee, who we dropped on his neck from, 20 feet up to 10 feet down.
Come on, boys. He's just one man.
Someone should tally up how many people I kill in this game.
Go get him!
No one's going over there, so I'm just gonna fuck with him.
What are you doing?
And it's Betty Bye time for this guy. Damn it. Oh, damn it.
Help me! I'll cut you down. After I kill the bat. Leave him there. We've got bigger problems. Find the bat.
Oh, one of the guys came out of the control room. You can see they're starting to get a little worried about me. That guy's unconscious. That guy's not unconscious. He's nervous. I'm not entirely sure how their conditions are determined, but I think it has to do with how many of them are left, so they won't be terrified if there's still a group of them. Only like the last guy, last couple guys will be terrified.
Find him or I'll find you.
And I think it has to do also with how stealthy you are. Because if they're terrified, I think it has to do with you being extra sneaky. This guy's gonna come up that way.
Man down! Man down!
Okay, moving.
What are you doing? I need
He's
help.
moving. Oh,
You're on your own.
now they're going renegade. This guy's terrified.
Man down! Man down!
Oh, I should have set more bomb traps. I should have just set up a bunch of bombs and started blowing them up to freak the hell out.
I said I wanted the bat stopped. Did no one listen? It's like you don't want an outbreak of Titan-enhanced mutant babies climbing over Gotham.
So now we control this room. Just want to blow up this sequencer, or you know what I'm saying. Easy peasy.
That's the first pump disabled.
Great. Only 2 more to find.
And it looks like no one's flooding in.
It's the bat!
Oh, these guys are unarmed. Never mind. like I had a knife. That should count as at least a little armed. And you can see that no one's in here now. They're all dealt with.
You do not listen to me. I said stop him, but you let him through. Try harder, or I'll hurt you badly.
Nothing we can vandalize, so... It is the law of the land.
Then what?
We held him upside down and beat the crap out of him. The guy was the best. Did he pay up? Nah, he's spinning on the track.
And you can see we don't have
Do I look like an idiot? When I found out
gargoyles to deal with here.
cut out his kidneys, his
So,
liver,
I'm just gonna...
two other bits I don't know.
He's making you look stupid. He's not hard to do, but it is not why I put you down there. Trying to shut down the power. Do not let him. Is that clear? Do you want me to send Harley? You want me to come down there?
There we go. That guy's down. Not quite as useful as if I dealt with the knife guy. Now the knife guy's dealt with. Now, if you'll notice, things are starting to get ugly for me, but I pulled it up. I'm really low on health. Took a lot of bullets in that fight. Health gets more and more important as you go through. The first thing that makes it important is the snipers. And then you start to get armed guys that you can't
That's the second
deal with
Just one more to go.
stealthily like that. So if that's the pump, what's this one? Oh, it's just another pump.
That's pump 3 disabled. I'm going to head back up to the surface and track down Ivy.
Get in touch if you need anything.
So, that's all the pumps dealt with. Now we just have to go deal with Ivy. Oh, look. Though. A Joker box. So, yeah. This room. Wide open. No one in it.
I know you're down there.
Well, it's trapped.
Following my plans?
Kill
There
Surprise.
you are. I'm setting down a token of my displeasure. Of course, I know it doesn't hurt you too badly.
And here's the surprise. A Titan Man. And buddies for the Titan Man. Not really a huge amount of a problem. Now we can ride the Titan Man. We can take out the guys pretty easily. We don't have any special abilities right now though because of being on the Titan Man. But we can just smack dudes. And there I go, losing my combo. There those dudes go. The Titan ground pound will knock out dudes, giving you some time to do a couple of ground takedowns. It's not enough to take out the entire wave or anything, but it is usually enough time to do one or two dudes in. On the whole, this isn't the hardest fight right now, but I think we're only through the first part of it. It is kind of long, and having to fight a whole bunch of guys isn't much fun. But with a bunch of guys, and most of them aren't armed, you get plenty of opportunities to build up a nice combo. And launch some takedowns and stuff. And get knocked on your ass because you get stuck in the animation. Take down on the Titan Man, there we go. And throw a guy into a electric fence to knock him out. Get a lot of experience. It's an alright fight. Big brawl. Got us a whole level up. And now I can pick up the twin battering, which will help me against those plants. I cannot just grapple up to the top of this elevator shaft for some reason. There we go. New Chronicle Arkham.
New brick, metal and paint covered old wounds. Fresh blood was injected into the body. Bright new minds came, and all swore to uphold our promises. We all knew we were the ones to fix this city, and the city would thank us.
I obviously can't open these. The elevator is the only way to go. But how do I get up to the top? There we go. Just a matter of looking in the right place. It can be kind of hard to spot the structural defects, especially at a distance. goes the elevator. There goes a big wall. I don't think a human being could really do that. You can't go up there. And you can probably tell by the pink filter again.
Ivy's getting stronger. I need to stop her
Ivy
now.
is serious
I think she's still in the gardens where you left her, but she'll be in control of it now. You'll be walking into a trap.
That's what she thinks.
And there are snipers now. And you can see Crazy Guy, Snipey Man, Crazy Guy. But we need to go to the gardens, which is not where we are, it's up here. No, it's not, it's up here. There we go. So we need to go to Arkham East. Quickest way should be to our left. Arkham East.
This island belongs to me now. What do you think you can do, Batman? I am everywhere. My babies know everywhere. You and your kind are arrogant enough to think you can destroy us.
There's no real reason to deal with all the
You
plant
will
spores.
fail,
There's
and
a lot of them.
we will become the most
They're not
powerful
hard.
force on the planet.
You might want the experience, but if you don't want to fight them, you don't have to. The experience is pretty pitiful too, because it's only 25 per core. Or, yeah, 25 per pod.
You will
And you
pay,
can see they've
Batman,
taken another
for
level,
hurting my babies.
and they dump 3 blasts on you now.
She had to stop going on about those plans of hers.
When I finish with Batman, I'll be coming after you, Joker.
Snipers, though,
Will you really?
are still a problem, and you do still want to take them down.
Women, you give them presents, experimental chemicals, and nice costumes, and they still turn on you. Well, good luck to you, Toots. I got an army, a city-sized dose of Titan. Come and find me when you're done with that raid. Ooh, it'll be fun. You can bring the wine.
Sniper has me. You can do that to sort of dodge their bullets. There's no real quick way to make them lose you, though. Snipers are another big reason why you want to take health upgrades, because their bullets are really deadly. I shouldn't have done that, by the way, before going into the fight.
It's rude to keep a girl waiting, Batman.
Yeah, whatever, come on.
So you're here at last. Do you like what I've done with the place? My babies are growing, Batman. Come and see.
Can't get through here. There's a plant in the way. How did we get out before? Looks like we have to find, yeah, another way into the place. Maybe, I don't know. Just look again. I forget. Can I blow this thing up? No. No, it's blocking me off. There we go. Just couldn't tell that was a ledge. And we're sort of in. If you look at that, Oh, Chronicle of Arkham, we already scanned. This is the wrong way. Don't think I can get in that way. So yeah, I'm gonna need to go out and look for another way in. But first I'm gonna get wrecked by this fucking plant. Now I thought there was something you could do to fuck with the plants. Actually launching spores, but I guess there's not. You just have to take them out. It's really not worth it. Don't know who's... Oh. Get out of here.
Another one of the easy ones. Don't feel too proud, Batman.
Plants are an annoying enemy because they can hit you from far away. They can't be snuck up on.
My family's killer stood in front of me. Years of therapy had deemed him sane. I was proud to see him walk free. In exchange for his liberty, the state required only a signature. He talked about wanting to walk in a park, how he longed to feel fresh air on his face. And then he took my father's fountain pen and killed my secretary. As he was subdued, he screamed out, pleading for forgiveness, for pity. But I had none. I watched as guards beat him to a stain on the floor.
So now the Chronicles are Arkham are getting a little weird. A little darker. Oh, yeah, this plant shot spores at me. Where is it? Fuck plants. I think I need to find a new way into the gardens. And if you look at how much my health restores, the 25 points off a plant are not worth it. I don't see a way in that isn't the front door. Guess I'm just a jackass. Can't crouch under this plant. have to check out this area again. There must be something I'm missing. There we go. See some dead guys here. Joker teeth. There's nothing really exciting going on here. Oh. Except for fucking missing the spores while he decides to shoot off into the background there.
Such rich food for my babies.
I'm getting the feeling that Ivy isn't super concerned about Batman coming to fight her. So, it's time to be a dick to some plants. See the spore there, homing in, and not really sure where Batman was, I guess. The next level of battering, the triple battering, make that easier, but you have to aim them manually.
Are you ready for me? Do you think you can handle me? I'm waiting in here. Come to me. What's keeping you, Batman? No one can resist Poison Ivy.
Whenever Poison Ivy does her sex appeal sort of shtick,
I've got
I can't help
myself a
thinking
little
of
security
Batman and Robin, the movie,
They'll just die
where
if anything happens to me.
the way it's defeated is rubber lips and it's dumb as hell. Also, there's Ivy guys. Whatever. They're nothing special. Same as Joker guys. And here we are.
I won't let you destroy it, Batman.
I told you to go to your cell.
I was a fool. I thought the plants were in pain. Now I realize they were evolving, growing stronger.
Here we go. We're about to start. The boss fight against Poison Ivy. Oh. Here's how it works. She does little tentacle attacks on you. Dodge them. If they hit, I believe they hurt. And you just chuck batarangs at her. It'll do a little bit of damage. And then she'll start shooting out these orbs. And she'll open up her security pod occasionally. Like that. And you want to chuck the batarang in there, and it'll hurt her pretty bad. It's the first time I played this. I was living with my aunt at the time, and she came around. She was coming downstairs to do her laundry. And she heard Poison Ivy's moaning like that. And she thought I was watching a porno, and she told me to turn off the volume. That's my fun Poison Ivy story. So welcome to a lame boss fight is basically what I'm saying.
I'll choke the life out of
That attack can get pretty ugly. You can dodge it alright if you keep on the move, I think.
Give in to a more powerful force, Batman.
This is the easy phase of the fight when she's launching orbs at you. And you can see her health is almost out there. Wow, she's almost dead already, it looks like. But it is not to be, because instead,
What are you doing?
this first phase of the fight is just blowing up her protective shell and getting a little bit of HP restored.
Here, boys.
The second phase of the fight features Ivy Man, as well as her regular attacks. You want to deal with those guys pretty quick. And you can see her second HP bar here is the gray one. But you can see the black underneath it, so she's not got much going on for herself at this point. And there's about a third of it gone already.
He's trying to hurt me.
PP Doo-Doo Ivy is a bad boss fight.
You cannot be Mother Nature, but she can destroy you.
This boss fight is kind of long because she has 2 HP bars, but it's not really that hard.
Save me
Her
from
attacks
the
in the
evil
damage
Bat.
phase are really easy to dodge. Oh, that was a mistake. This is bad. Now I might die. That was close. Oh, she's only got one more hit in her. You bitch. And there we go. Bombs away. That was really close. If I had taken any more hits, I would have died. but I didn't, because I guess I got lucky. So yeah, that's not a very hard boss. And oh, fireworks, look at that. And we gained a level. And almost another level, 3/4 of another level.
Something for everyone. Music, dancing, chemicals that create monsters. You don't want to miss it. So get your ass over to the sound block, or you'll miss your final surprise.
So, let's level up. Let's get the batarang power up. There's no real reason to get triple batarang at this point because Ivy's plants are dealt with. The only guys around here are lunatics. And where we want to go is the penitentiary. Specifically, this little area. And you might remember that I noted you could visit it before. Yeah, we're going to the Joker building. And you can watch that guy electrocute himself to unconsciousness. And you can watch that guy on. Neither of those were intentional. We are almost at the end of this game. In case you were wondering.
State patient introduced 20. Interesting. Originally believed when Project Titan is operational, Joker will be the perfect test subject. Good afternoon.
Oh, and there's
Today I thought I'd skip back to
Dr. Young. Doctor.
about your family. Of course.
I was born in a small city. I always wanted to join the circus, but my father wouldn't let me. I don't believe it. My father was not. One from retirement from the mob.
I've seen it. What are you scared of?
Scared?
Yes, scared. There's obviously something. Something that made you what you are.
What if? What if I'm scared?
Joker is messing with the doctor here.
Then I can
It's
help
kind of funny. Oh, and I went the wrong way. Batman, everybody.
Do you like riddles, Batman?
No. Piss right up a rope, Riddler. So what have we learned about Batman tonight? What have we learned about the Joker tonight? And really, what have we learned about ourselves tonight?
I pity you trying to defeat my challenges.
For whatever reason, the Riddler's on the phone. And you can't just get into Arkham West through the door to Arkham West. You actually do have to go around now. You can take time, I guess, now to do Riddler challenges, but there's not really any reason to at this point. There is a better opportunity after the game.
Riddle me this.
But I guess it's really stuck on the idea of me dealing with the Riddler. 3 unarmed guys. Oh, 1 unarmed guy. Looks like just a lunatic, though. You can see the cape there doesn't actually follow the strict placement of Batman. It sort of puffs up like a parachute. So here is our destination. Joker building. And holy shit, there's 20 guys in there. So let's run like a dork. Oh look, 3 guys outside too.
Guest list only. If your name's not on the list, you ain't going in. Let's see, A, no, that's not right. B, Bane. Ah, here it is, Batman.
So, they'll just...
Hey, looks like you're the guest of honor.
You don't have to beat these guys up yet.
Guys.
They're even gonna clap for me. Of course, Batman lets no thug go unpunished. So, I'm gonna beat the shit out of these men.
Get him on the ground and stop him!
And there's some takedowns for you. And here is the party. You can see we've got 16 men here. This is, I think, the hardest straight up melee fight in the game. Because it's just this huge brawl, and if you don't know, if you're not good at counters or anything, it'll take you apart. There's no real quick way to deal with these guys. Takedowns are a good option because they sort of don't get countered. But you can see that I fucked up my counter timing there and lost my streak. There it just didn't register the button press because I was stuck in an animation. There is a trophy actually for doing this fight. I never got it my first time because I was terrible at counters, but there you go. I made it look easy for you. And there's the trophy, Party Pooper. And here is a room where you are automatically in first person, and that's pretty cool. Oh, we leveled up too, so I'll get this last combat upgrade, which lets the Batarang, which powers up the Batarang. It'll knock a guy down, and then you can do like a ground pound on him. Ground takedown, rather. Oh, and look.
Are you excited, Bats? I mean, we've been building up to this point all night.
You can still zoom in.
Don't tell me you've not been
Even though
looking
you're first
forward to it. I know I have. Surprise!
And there's the Joker.
Everyone always said I should be in television. You don't want to miss this, really. It'll be a blast. 10. 9.
You could have come in here before, but all you can see is the...
7654.
It looks like a statue with a TV on its head.
1.
And it's first person, and there's no real reason to do it. Now you can see Batman's hand clipping through some debris there. Things are still in first person for probably this effect. Just so you can look at that.
Why didn't you stop Batman? Me? It was your plan, you goofy clown. I'm sending you back to the ventriloquist where you belong.
Here we are, Batman and the Joker, and some Titan thugs. We're guards once. And this is what we've been waiting for the entire game. This is what everything has been building up to.
Beating up Bane, feeding Scarecrow
We've been
to
shitting
Croc,
up
slapping around
Joker's
Harley,
plans all
my
night.
hobby, by the way, and ruining all my lovely Venom plans.
It's over, Joker.
Over? Why, my dear delusional Dark Knight, it hasn't even begun.
So, now we get to fight as the final boss, more Titan thugs. And oh look, some guys. I'm sure you thought this fight was really interesting when we did it after the elevator. And for whatever reason there, I'm getting busted off. I'm not doing any of the cool fighting moves against the Titan guys. I don't like fighting them that much. I'm glad that the game doesn't just end with you having to fight like dozens of them. That's what I originally expected it to do the first time I played this game. Just make them into basically common enemies. Which a lot of games do with the mini bosses like this, and it's annoying as heck. So this is like the other fight with two Titan thugs. You can chain the knockdowns on these guys, and now I can go ride this one. And if I focus on the other Titan call, eventually I think they shake you off before you can do that, but if you focus, it makes the fight a lot easier. And you can sort of play them against each other. Right after I rock the hell out of the party, you can also see me starting to fuck up at basic fighting. This guy's down 2/3 his health. The other guy's down about 3/6 half. 1.5 thirds if you bad at fractions. You can't really do that. Oh, fucking Christ. So now I have to really play it defensive because you'll see I'm getting fucking wrecked again. But I can do that and run them into each other and it's kind of fun. And now I can do the takedown on this guy. Flip out of the way. And hopefully even pick up some hit points. I don't know if we've seen them throw bodies. We must have, because it's one of their things. And there we go. He is down. He's out. And our HP should be fully restored from that fight.
Nicely done, that.
So now we beat the game. It's just a formality to go to arrest Joker. Oh wait. Hey, it's Gordon.
Hey, he looks all run down. Let's pep him up. No!
Batman!
I'm just messing with you. The game's not gonna end with a fight against some shitty Titan. But now we get to play as Titan Batman.
Here we go. We're gonna have some fun now, kiddies. You're trying to resist the change.
This is gonna be super fun, and we're just gonna wreck people forever.
So, you wanna play hardball, Bats? Do you? Your call. Pickle, pickle. No! No, you're
Just get to play as Titan Batman here, and beat up regular ass Joker, and then take him in, and it's really cathartic and fun.
I just wanted to bring down your grim facade and for once let you see.
This is what Joker always wants, is just to make Batman look nuts.
In a corner and bleeding. But you've denied me even that. I have nothing to live for.
Again, I'm just fucking with you. Now we get to fight Titan Joker. Well, now we get to watch a cutscene.
Arkham Asylum
But you know where this is
remains
going.
under lockdown. Its staff at the mercy of the rampaging inmates. Just 10 minutes ago, we received this taped
Back
message.
half of this game seems really quick. I sort of expected something between Poison Ivy and Joker the first time I played this, like another section. I was surprised actually that Two-Face didn't show up at all in this game.
We've been circling the tower since the... Wait,
I like Two-Face as a Batman villain really more than I like Joker. I mean, Joker is the classic Batman villain, but I feel like Two-Face plays on the duality more, and I like the duality aspect of Batman, the Bruce Wayne versus Batman
Something to talk about.
elements.
Two freaks in a fight to the death. And for one night only, please welcome our special guest referee.
There was Old Man Gordon, who went back to the mainland.
Come on!
I guess they intercepted his boat?
It's the only way to beat me. You know you want to. Never. You wasted the antidote on yourself? Now that's funny. Hysterical.
Titan Joker
You
looks
still
pretty
spoil my
gross.
fun,
He looks
and
worse
for
than the
that,
other Titan
I'll
thugs,
paint
so
Arkham with your blood.
I guess
Let's get ready to
his particular
go. Think you can beat me?
genetics really make the Titan transformation pronounced.
Excuse me, Bats. In you
So-
come, boys. I've softened them up
This
for
is
you.
kind of a...
Mind your head, Bats. So, Mr. Referee, how was that round?
You can see me miss there. I don't really like the camera angle on this, actually. I don't know why they went with this specific camera angle for this fight. Again, as with any melee fight, when you're doing these guys, what you want is
Evil and Gotham, enjoy your evening.
to go for the takedowns.
Give them a kicking for me, boys.
And I forget how to deal with them. You can see Joker teeth attached to a bomb there. They can hurt you.
More helicopters.
Oh, there we go.
Exciting. When I'm done here, I will march on Gotham like that above. Get off!
And did a little damage to the floor. And you can see the electricity under the floor.
Rip your freaking head off.
So here's our plan. We're gonna beat up Joker some. There goes a third of his health. This is kind of a
Give me a
gimmick fight where it's less fighting Joker and it's more you have to fight the big waves of guys, and then
I'm out, Bats.
the actual battle against Joker himself is kind of a formality.
Come in, boys. Knock
And you
them
can
out
see
of
that
it.
the plan for the fight
You address.
looks to be we knock
I think that
Joker
was my round.
into an electrified car. This second wave is introducing the knife men. As always, You want to go to town on the regular guys, get up a combo, and then pop the knife guy if you can with a quick takedown. The takedown is really the big winner of the combat abilities you can get. It isn't counterable or anything, it's just a free kill. And the 5 hits is easy to get to, especially if you can time the critical strikes. I'm a big proponent of the takedown, especially after I learned how to do the critical strikes. The first time through this game, though, it was a lot harder because I was terrible at the timing. It's sort of a rhythm game type thing.
A new one for me.
And the first time I played this, I also didn't pay attention to what my upgrades were, actually, so doing that the second time through was a big boon for me fighting. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted with these men. Oh, you can see that guy's got a stun roll.
Don't let him hit you, idiots!
And now he's taken down. I like that there's a unique animation for that. I don't like that they let gun guys into this. I feel like it sort of ruins the fight a little.
That man has left the building. It's a shame
And here we go. This will be the last hit. See, he's down to the last third of his health. Pull him down. And he's dry.
I can take it. I can take anything
Plus
you
his
throw at me, bats.
skin looks like it's about to explode.
Me, I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
But when he comes back, Batman's plan apparently is to blow his own hand off and die. And also explode Joker's face. Neither of those things happen because something is really wrong with that explosive gel. You can see though it damaged his gauntlet. For being able to blow through walls, it really is weak. Got you to take it off his whole arm. We won, by the way.
Barbara. The GCPD finally has control of the asylum.
We won, we're the winners. Game's
Doctors
over.
are treating the injured, but it looks like it'll take some time. All super criminals are back in custody.
It's kind of an abrupt ending, and the boss fight is kind of a letdown.
Though for
Honestly.
some, the process can be quite painful.
Honestly, all the bosses in this game are kind of a letdown.
I'll survive.
I mean,
See you tonight, Barbara. Shame about your car. Can I give you a ride?
Thanks, Jim, but I have one on the way.
Get some rest. You deserve it.
who's the first boss? Bane? Bane is a tutorial.
Stay safe, Jim.
And Batman has to go deal with Two-Face because it never ends for Batman. This is the same sort of ending as running towards a bat signal. Or standing and looking at a bat signal going out over a city. Yep, I won. That's the end of this stream. I'll just try and talk out over the credits here. My thoughts on this game. I like it. It's fairly solid. My least favorite part is that one room with the fucking bomb gargoyles. I hate that fucking room. It's the worst. It's the worst fucking room in this entire game. I don't know why it's there. This game does really benefit though from learning how to do the combat, which I guess some people just won't ever be able to do because there is a lot of rhythm to being able to do the critical strikes, and you have to get the timing. So, if you can't get that, you're never going to be great at the combat, probably. So you're never going to really enjoy it, but you might still enjoy the stealth sections, which are really cool. Especially the inverted takedowns. I really like those. I like the inverted takedowns. It's one of my favorite Batman moves in the movies and stuff too. So yeah, I like this game. The bosses are a little lackluster. You know, Titan thugs as an enemy type are boring. Killer Croc has a really shitty section. The Scarecrow sections, I feel like they could have done more with. I know what they were going for, but I don't scare easy, I guess. And it didn't feel like it was horror to me. It felt like it was maybe a little off. But when you look at Scarecrow in the comics or whatever, he's absolutely terrifying. Poison Ivy, boring. That section is really unremarkable. I mean, there isn't a lot you could do with other characters, and it's not the worst, but the only time you only deal with Poison Ivy directly for like that one little section. It sounds like I'm really down on the game, but I'm not. It controls fairly well, mostly. There are a few issues, and it's a good game. It's a good game. I'm just really picky about my games, I suppose. I'll nitpick the hell out of it. Shorter than I remember, though. Probably because I was better at the combat in general. Like, I died way more often in the melee. I was actually surprised I didn't die at all during the Ivy or Joker fights. I probably should have to, show off what Ivy's taunts were, but yeah, what you gonna do, right? I hope that the viewers enjoyed this stream. I know that third video there was kind of a train wreck, and it did end abruptly because I had to go take a piss, so sorry, I think I lost at least one viewer there. It was fun for me to make. This was my first real experience streaming. I did a 2-hour stream of Metal Gear before I did this, but my audio was terrible and I was garbage at the game. It was like, if that third video was a train wreck, then my Metal Gear stream was like 2 parallel sets of train tracks, and each one has 2 trains going opposite ways, and then the trains crash, and both of the trains are full of like orphans, and then they fly off the tracks and hit a town that's just full of animal shelters, and then like a plane crashes into that. That's how bad that stream was. Train wreck comparison terms. I'll probably stream something else. I'm going to try to get another guy in on that with me. He was supposed to join me today, and we were supposed to stream some stuff, but I mentioned it before after the Batcave. He had some other stuff going on, and he probably went out to party with some buddies, like a super turd man does. So, that's my Arkham Asylum streaming experience summed up. I feel like it was a good time. A lot of credits in this game. I will promise you, though, there is no after credits sequence like something in fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 where a guy you thought has been dead for years pops up and talks at you for 90 fucking minutes. We won. I won. Happy ending for everybody. The sequel is better. I like the sequel better. But, you know, that could also be because I was better at the game when I played it. I don't know. Like, I was fucking awful at this game when I first played it. I couldn't get any of the rhythm down. I sucked at the sneaking. It was garbage. I do appreciate the fact that they didn't really go in deep with the character of Batman. This isn't a character study of Batman. This is a comic book game more than a game about character. So, you know, you're just beating the shit out of basically everything all night. It doesn't go into how tortured Bruce Wayne is or anything. And I like that. The story is... This feels like a comic book to me. Pretty straight adaptation of a comic book to a game, and comic books aren't really the deepest plot. Like, I like comics, I like Batman comics, but they're never gonna be serious classic literature, you know? So, I enjoy the fact that it feels like good. It feels like a comic, which is a completely fine thing for a game. I like the combat balance generally. A couple of the fights were pretty boring, but it didn't make me fight too many extra fights. Like some games have this desire to make the player feel like a super badass or whatever, and they just dump a billion fucking superfluous fights on you. But I didn't have to do that, so that was cool. I feel like there could have been more playing with, you know, areas to set up traps, more predator areas. But I also wasn't great at that, so I mean, it probably wouldn't have been a great show, and it probably would have just been frustrating. Now we can watch the cast list together. A lot of translations in here. It's only been about 3 hours, this video, so that's only about half hour longer than the last one. And then there's the end logo. Hope you had fun. I wish they'd gone with with black on yellow for the costume in this game. Oh, and here's your little after credits scene. There are a few versions of this scene. The only thing that changes is whose hand comes out. I think there's one with Scarecrow and one with Killer Croc. And I can't remember the third one. But now I beat the game. Gonna end the stream. See you next time.